The extraordinary artists and recordings we pay tribute to here tonight remind us of music's powerful influence in our lives. Music and the arts are a healing, therapeutic force that lifts our spirits and unites us as a culture. But the fact is, our culture is at serious risk. Viewers around the world may not be aware that the funding necessary to ensure the survival of our proud legacy of jazz, blues, and virtually all other forms of indigenous American music is being severely threatened. Our National Endowment for the Arts could have its budget slashed by 40% next year, another 40% the year after, and zeroed out the year after that. And folks, National Public Radio and PBS will most certainly be next. We're here tonight on the brink of becoming the only industrialized nation in the world with absolutely no federal support for the arts. They say it's a matter of money, yet it costs taxpayers about $1 a year to keep jazz, blues, folk, classical music on the public radio airwaves, and for the Arts Endowment to bring theater, dance, and music to communities all across America. Is it really about money? You know, if the Pentagon tried to operate on the Arts Endowment's annual budget, they'd have to shut down in 5 hours. The arts are an economic plus. The arts are an absolute economic plus. They're second only to aerospace as our most lucrative national export. Despite all of this, our Speaker of the House has yet to agree to meet with the chairman of the Arts Endowment. It's hard to imagine that the Secretary of Commerce or the Secretary of Defense would be treated with such total disregard. Since the Arts and Humanities Endowments were founded by bipartisan support 30 years ago, they've enjoyed the support of every single president, Republican or Democrat. Our leaders knew that politicizing our arts agenda would cripple the accomplishments that make America a leading cultural force. We must not allow the arts to be politicized, privatized, commercialized, sanitized, neutralized, or zeroed out. You know, artists, whether it's musicians or visual artists, they push the envelope. They stretch everything to the limits. Controversy is both the part of the price and the value of artistic freedom. Lest we forget, one of the endowment's most controversial grants was the funding of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. Today, it's the most heralded and most visited tourist attraction in our nation's capital. To see to it that the arts retain their proper place within our society, you folks at home, grab a pencil, and I'll tell you what we can do. On Tuesday, March the 14th, a campaign of unprecedented scope will be waged. It's called the National Call-In Day for Arts and Culture. This campaign begins tonight by your calling 1-800-225-2007 for options that will see to it that your congressional representatives know that you support the continued funding for these vital programs. When Winston Churchill was asked, right in the middle of World War II, to cut the British Arts Council budget, he didn't waste any words. "Hell no," said Churchill. "What have we been fighting for?" Folks, without arts education, just a little courage is all we need from these folks. Folks, without art education, the Arts Endowment, music and the love of it will no longer be a cultural treasure, but more and more a privilege tied to personal, family, and class economics. Let's join together tonight in a triumphant effort to keep the arts alive. Our very culture depends on it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.